In a world of deep and meaningful conversation comes the most unnecessary podcast.
LOL Entertainment. Oh yeah. Here we go again. We be rolling. Shots are blowing. Stacks are golden. Baby, here we go again. On the road again.
LOL Entertainment. Welcome to the fucking show.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the most unnecessary podcast on the internet. I am your host for this evening, not your average Joe. We have a really big show, big things to get into. Really exciting news, guys, coming your way. That being said, we're going to invite up the panel. First up, number one, we have the one and only Patty Cakes Pat Cardinal.
Yo, what's going on, man? What's good?
How we doing, buddy?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. Sunday night, 8 p.m. We're going live.
We're live. We are live. You know what? You know who does a way better job at that? Our next guest on the panel. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Matt Johnson.
Live from the Apollo Theater.
There we go. There it is. We got to hear our last panel member try it out. Let's give it up for Stephen McDonald.
Going on, guys? We're live here at the Apollo. Yeah.
Not as much energy as we're used to from Stephen McDonald there.
Still early.
We got to get a beer in his hand and put a blazer on him, give him a microphone, and that'll rev him up. You know what I mean?
I would that sort of entrance would merit one of those big long hook things where they hook you off the stage.
Man, guys,
What's up, Nanny P? First comment of the night.
Of course. Episode 19, guys. We've made it almost 20 episodes. Can you believe it?
We're 1 week away from the big 20, boys. 1 week away.
Can you believe it?
And not
It's insane.
Yet.
I think we might do something. That being said, 1 week away from the big 20. I think we might do something special for our 20th episode, man. We've been talking about it. We've been kind of rattling off ideas. We've got a lot of people that, want to jump on this podcast and, be a guest and, have a little bit of fun with us. So I think the 20th episode, we might do something fun and special. So just, I don't know. What do you boys think?
Yeah, definitely down. I'm definitely down.
I think it's got to happen.
I think it's got to happen. I think the 20th episode, to celebrate the 20th episode, we have a bunch of guests on all in one night, and we just kind of have a fun time. We made the entire night a riff shift with a bunch of guests. I think that'd be fun.
It would have been sweet to do the 20th, and it happened to be 420, but we're a week away from the 420. We're off by 1 week. We'll be 21 on the 20th.
Yeah, it would be. You're right. That's okay. We'll still make fun. We'll have a good time with it.
Absolutely.
So what's new, guys? What's new? We got some big things coming up, man. Where it's a busy April so far for us here at LOL Entertainment.
It is, man. It is, and we're going traveling too. We're going traveling too, man. It's gonna be a good month of April. April 4th, I believe. Three of us, me, Matt, and Not Your Average Joe, will be up in Ottawa. Then we got
at the Portage. Yeah.
Portage d'Orchard.
Yeah,
Portage
d'Orchard. Guys, you can find your links up for that. We'll post something. Keep an eye on our page. We'll post links up for it. If you're in the area, I'm featuring that night. And like Pat said, both Matt and him are doing some spots. It's going to be a great show, a really great show.
It's going to be a good one. Steve, you want to introduce the one after that?
Sure. It's going to be the open mic at Essential Kitchens. We actually got a stacked lineup for that one, and tickets are flying. So if you did want to be in that intimate room, I suggest you go online. Ticket links at lolentertainment.ca that you see down there at the bottom, or Eventbrite if you happen to catch the link. And then Yeah, no, going to be a great show there. And then, did we want to discuss the next one? Because that one's a pretty big one too.
We'll talk real quick about the open mic, man. We got some really good comics coming down. Steve, number one, you're hosting that evening, so we're gonna look forward to animated Steve again that evening. You know, we love that. But we also got some comics coming down from Montreal. Headlining comic that night, James Mancini. Worked with him a couple times. Great comic. He's preparing for his Just for Laughs segment there. So that's going to be great. We also have a prop comic coming, man. There's a prop comic from Montreal coming down. That should be interesting. Really looking forward to that.
It should be fun. I'm excited to see what a prop comic brings to stage.
Yeah, man.
Especially from Montreal.
Absolutely. Like, I'm actually kind of excited for that. Because realistically, there's only ever really been one person who's ever like had the balls to do it and consistently do it, and it's Carrot Top. And even he said, and he's like, I would love to see more people doing it. And he's like, I took a chance and people liked it. And he's like, other people should too. Absolutely. I'm kind of excited for that.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I can say the closest thing I've ever seen to a prop comic, and we got to give him his praise, man. And we haven't, he kind of retired from comedy early in his career, but is Steve Dickinson, man, Jordan Terrier. That guy was a good prop comic, man, and he brought a new level to comedy doing the prop comics, man. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this comic brings with his prop comedy. And as well, we have a local doing a 5-minute spot, and that would be Courtney Evelyn, local Courtney Evelyn there. So it's gonna be a great show,
Looking
guys.
Forward to it.
Get your tickets, guys. It's gonna be a really good show. And then, of course, Matt Johnson is on the show as well, guys. Matt Johnson is.
Oh, I am. That's right.
So there's a lot of people. Jake Storm as well from Ottawa coming down. It's
I like that guy.
Cornwall loves Jake Storm, man. He loves coming here, man. He comes here anytime. So anytime that we're putting on a show, he's always asking to come. So he loves Cornwall. Cornwall loves him.
Storm brings the thunder.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great one. April 13th.
One of my favorite Ottawa comics.
Oh yeah. Really enjoy working with him. He's hilarious. April 13th, guys, we're in Gatineau at Shea Putters, which is a sick venue, man. I love doing that venue. It's been there a couple times. Haven't been there in a bit, but anytime I'm seeing them post on their Instagram and stuff like that, I mean, the rooms are packed. They're always having high class comedy down there, so it's an honor to be invited out there once again. Pat and myself are going to make the trip for this one, and yeah, man.
Make sure you do some horse betting when you're there.
Yeah, man, it's the coolest place. They got pool tables in the back. The stage is in like almost center of the room, man. So it's like really cool. You kind of work with a rounded audience. It's sweet. It's a really cool venue. I love it. I'm really pumped up to do that one. And then Matt, take it away with the big one of the month, man. What do we got coming up?
Well, Friday, April 17th, we have the big 420 show coming up, sponsored by some friendly local people, Gingerbread Edibles, shout out, and Groove Cannabis Store, our amazing friends from there. And that's at the growing in popularity, the Mo's Events, great venue. And guys, we got lots of like goodies to give aways, edibles, pre-rolls, various little things. And our headliner of the evening that night is this awesome comedian from Montreal. And, dude's a beast too, like wrestling and stuff like that. And like seeing him like get bloody and stuff. This guy, you guys got to come out and see him. It's the one and only Hash the One.
Semi-professional wrestler, professional comic, like
the guy's a genius, man. The guy's a genius. It doesn't show, but he's a very small person that comes in a really big package.
Hell yeah, man!
That sounded really weird, actually.
I think you mean he's a really big person that comes in a small package. But that's the French in you. It's okay.
Willy Wonka there. Strike that. Reverse it.
We'll flip that out.
Flip it.
So yeah, guys, get your tickets now because you're not going to want to miss that show.
And they are flying, guys. The tickets are really starting to move. So yeah, like we highly advise you get them. as soon as you can. Also, we have physical tickets. Okay, physical tickets are in as well. Hit me up. I will personally hand deliver you your tickets. $20 a ticket, guys. You can't go wrong. Like we said, giveaways, goodies, raffles, door prizes, and more. Okay, not only do you get a killer night of professional, high-class comedy, but at the end of the comedy night, man, we're keeping the party going all night long. And Patty Cakes, Pat Cardinal, is DJing the night away, man. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, that's a
It's
beautiful
gonna be a fun
shirt.
night, man. It's gonna be epic. I've been working on some tunes and some remixes there, so it's gonna be a pretty epic night. It's gonna be a pretty epic night.
Pat's been spinning the tables, bro. Turning the table.
Yeah, I've created
Got the
myself a nice little
turntable, Pat.
paradise.
That's sick, man. I can't wait to hear some of your jams, dude. I can't. I'm pumped up. And I'm a little bit like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really anticipating it because like we're a sharing group of guys, man, and like we have our own little kind of like messenger group that we share everything, all of our little ideas, everything goes in there. And Pat has not shared one tune yet. You know, he's keeping them all hidden and secret. So I'm really intrigued and really excited.
That's not true. That's not true. I did draw a little bit of the style when I did the Celtic theme song for the
the
open mic, but
this will be like your debut, right?
Yeah,
It will.
It's just Benny Benassi, Satisfaction, and Darude Sandstorm on loop.
Bro, write that down, Pat. Write that down. That could be a banger.
Boom.
After people do
Written.
enough drugs, they will notice.
We're gonna be so high that night, anyways, boys. It's gonna be a wild night. It's gonna be
It's
so
gonna
wild.
great, man. We can't wait. Gingerbread Edibles, once again, a massive sponsor this year for us. And Groove, guys. Groove Cannabis, man. Cornwall hitting us up and really hooking us up and helping us out, making this an unforgettable evening, guys. So it's gonna be great. Get the tickets now before they're gone, okay? Because you're not gonna want to miss this one. We worked really hard to put this one together. Mo Events, shout out to Mo Events for allowing us to do this there. She's growing in popularity. It's a great venue, probably one of the greatest venues in town to put on shows. So man, we're fucking looking forward to it. Pumped up.
For sure.
And what else is new? Oh man, we got some huge news down the pipeline that our boy Matt Johnson is starting a brand new adventure tomorrow. Matt, tell us about it, buddy. How you feeling?
Oh yeah, new job. I was like, what? Adventure? And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess it's kind of an adventure, new job. It's kind of it's good to be back to work. It's been a hot minute. I'm excited. I'm pumped. It'll be nice to get out of the house a little bit more and
Gonna have to blow the dust off your work boots.
absolutely.
It's
Definitely.
it's nice to have some time off over the winter time and stuff, but going back to work is always a good feeling. But I'm sure after having the time off, man, because I only had a week off and I was like, fuck, dude, going back to work, like you get those like, oh shit, man, like I walk back in there, I gotta be social and talk to people and you got those like pre back to work day jitters, you know what I mean? So how you feeling? Are you excited? Are you pumped up? You anxious? What's up?
Oh, I'm a little anxious, absolutely. Even though I'm a 37-year-old grown adult, for some reason,
you know what? Me and Pat me and Pat were talking about this, man, and this is gonna work in your advantage. We were saying earlier, like that the one cool thing about what we do as comics and be on stage is we automatically kind of come like with that confidence, you know what I mean? So like we have.
Oh, I thought that was going somewhere else for a second.
No. The quick pause, eh? The quick pause, yeah. I put that comma in there on purpose.
That comma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Nanny P says, you got this, man.
Appreciate it, Nanny P. Appreciate it.
But yeah, like we automatically kind of we walk into that room with a little bit of confidence, you know what I mean? With that confidence to be able to talk to people and stuff, So we're pumped up for you, buddy. We're excited. We know you're going to kill it, man. So
Absolutely.
Exactly, man. I threw that in there just because I figured we'd give you a good, good wishes on your first day back. So
Absolutely appreciate it.
go get him, Tiger.
Eases the nerves.
Hell yeah, guys. Hell yeah. So no guests tonight, ladies and gentlemen. However, we do have some action-packed and hilarious segments lined up for you tonight. That being said, we're going to move into our very first one, which is none other than Capital Carnage with Don Keedick.
It's time for Capital Carnage with your political punchliner, Don Keedick.
Good evening. Good evening, and welcome back to Capital Carnage, where we sift through and expose all the geopolitical bullshit so you don't have to. I am your host, Don Keedick, and tonight, a special episode. We figured we'd take a break, folks, from American politics this week, and we'd head on up to the Great White North and talk about our cousins in Canada, where recently Bill C-9 was passed in the House, which has serious infringements on Canadian free speech. We caught up with our field correspondent, Patty Cake's Pat Cardinal, who just happens to live in Canada and was able to get us this story.
Hey, Don, with the new Bill C-9, free speech is going to be policed big time.
That's the kind of speech that will get you arrested, citizen.
Free speech, my ass!
Back to you, Don.
Well, that was unfortunate. I doubt we'll be seeing Pat corresponding again this evening. However, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. I have been traveling this week, and on my travels, I did find myself in the Great White North. And being a reporter, it was my obligation to sniff out a story. However, there was only one Canadian that you might know willing to speak with me. Ladies and gentlemen, here's my one-on-one exclusive with none other than Justin Trudeau. Good evening, sir. It's about time we get the dough on the show. How are you tonight?
Thanks for having me, Don. First off, let me just say it is amazing to be in the presence of a real man.
Well, thanks. Appreciate it. Let's talk about Canada. What do you think so far? How is it going now that you're no longer in office?
First of all, I don't know why Canadians thought that the guy giving me financial advice was the guy to run the country. Canadians just keep making mistakes, Don.
You know, that's something that I have to agree with you on. The fact that Canadians did vote a Liberal government in once again is beyond me. Let's talk about this new Bill C-9. What do you think?
Listen, we as Canadians are entitled to our free speech, provided it's done in our head and not out loud. We want to make sure not to offend anybody or tell anybody they may be wrong. This is hurtful behavior and not Canadian-like at all.
That may be the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say. And I heard you talk about the water juice box thing.
I'm still drinking water boxes.
Well, that was a little gay.
Well, I'm pretty sure I squashed the gay rumors with the whole Katy Perry news. And thanks to her, I no longer wear stupid flamboyant socks. We're still working on the cross legs, though.
Dude, yes, Katy Perry, man. Tell us about that. How did you bag somebody like Katy Perry, man, when the astronaut and the space cadet unite?
What can I say? She kissed a girl and she liked it.
I bet she did. Let's talk about the Canadian farmers. A lot of the Canadian farmers were against you and some of your policies. What do you have to say about that?
Great question. I'm so glad you asked me about climate change. When I was Prime Minister, oh, those were the days. I remember kicking my gay little feet up and watching you all think that buying electric vehicles would save the environment. Ha ha ha, idiots.
Okay then, but I think the question was about farming.
I never found farming too important, if I'm being honest. Let's be real for a second. The only meat I ever really put in my mouth was Jags.
Alrighty then. You know what? Not overly surprised by that answer, if I'm being honest. You know what, Justin? A lot of people are wondering what it is the Doe has been up to now that he's no longer the Prime Minister of this once great nation known as Canada. What have you been doing? What have you been saying, bro?
Honestly, I'm just living it up. Off of all the Canadian taxpayer dollars I embezzled over the years, other than having a small penis, life is good.
Jesus fucking Christ. Wow. Wow. Great, Justin. Great. Sounds like you're having a fantastic time. I think we have time for one more question, Justin, and that would be, what would your message to Canadians be today?
Honestly, if there was one last thing I could say to Canadians, it would be this. I don't think I did anything wrong, and in the end, it was your fault. Good luck with the new guy. That seems to be going well. Now I'm going to scissor my girlfriend. Thanks for having me, Don.
Alrighty then. Thank you, Justin. Glad that's over. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been my one-on-one exclusive with Canada's douchebag, Justin Trudeau. And that's the way Don Kedick gives it to you, folks. Hard, raw, and uncovered. And remember, not all snakes slither, some shake hands. This has been Capital Carnage. I am your host, Don Kedick. Good evening.
Oh my God.
I don't remember Trudeau having a deep voice like that, you know?
I can't even believe he got the interview.
I'm so jealous, man. That was supposed to be my interview, but I was spending the night in the slammer.
Apparently he paid your bail.
Yeah, he did.
Minimum $1,000 bail.
For entertainment purposes only.
Man, you see the way he was drinking that juice box, dude?
I love the way he's got that in common with Donald Trump, but they both
really
love
do,
to start the juice box.
I remember when he was like, we've been drinking water bottles, bottled, and he's like, juice box bottles, paper boxes. And it's like, what? It's like, I don't even think I've ever seen. Oh no, I've seen that Flow water come in like the Tetra packs, the like juice box thing.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
At least he's honest about the fact too that Katie kissed a girl and she liked it, like Dave pointed out there.
Yeah, you know, because he's a bitch.
It was at the end where he said he was going to go scissor his girlfriend. I think it got me the most.
Well, you heard it straight from his mouth. He's got a small penis. You heard it right from him, bro.
She probably pegs him with a Jeff Bezos rocket shaped.
What the fuck is their company called? Fucking
Amazon?
No. What's his space company called?
Oh, his space company?
Blue something.
Oh yeah,
Blue Origin.
Blue Dragon.
Blue Origin.
Blue Origin.
Blue
That's
Origin.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Blue Dragon sounds like a sex move.
Right.
Cat
Blue
has
Origin
Dragon
sounds like a
Johnson.
sex move.
What
Conversation
comment did
page
you make,
86.
Matt?
Pardon? What comment?
What comment did you make here?
I don't know. Many. I say things.
Kind of
Yeah.
curious.
Explain
now.
yourself. Explain yourself, Matt.
Let's backtrack.
Man, I'm curious. Like fucking
The juice box thing, maybe.
the juice box thing, maybe. I don't.
Anyways.
Yeah, I can't see
Hey,
the
Kat,
comments.
give us more details, bud. Kat, give us more details.
I can't see the comments. So
All good. We can move on. We can
I
move
am
on.
confounded.
Tucker and
guys,
Jordan
let us know in the
Angus,
comments. Let us know in the
same
comments if you
facial
like.
Oh, Tucker and Jordan, same facial hair. Yes. On a picture she posted of her young one with Genghis Comedy, shout out Jordan Angus shirt on. And I've never seen him with facial hair, so I'm like, the little guy and Jordan have the same facial hair, you know?
That's great.
That's huge. Yo, guys, if you liked Don Kedick's interview, fucking drop out in the comments who you want to see him interview again. If you ever want to see him try and get another exclusive with somebody, yo.
Gaddafi.
I'd like to see him fucking yeah. That'd be great, dude.
Joseph Kony.
Oh my goodness. No, that was good. That was good. That was great.
It's a good opening segment. Good opening segment. I love
He's
it.
he's from the States, so he's allowed to talk about Canadian politics the way he does.
It is concerning though that Bill C-19 or C9. It is kind of concerning as
Yeah, you're not even allowed to quote anything from the Bible anymore that references sin, marital quotes, or anything to do with anything against homosexuality or anything. You're not allowed
1/5 of the Bible.
Yeah, like you can't quote anything like that, or you can, get some.
So you can't quote the angry parts of the Bible. So literally almost half the Bible.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
but yeah, you're not allowed to do that anymore either. So, welcome to Canada.
Did they ever make those water juice boxes? Did you guys ever see those in store?
does that mean I'm not allowed to practice Scientology anymore?
Yeah, what even is Scientology, man?
So it's a random religion created by L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard was a very prolific science fiction writer, very eclectic guy. He actually, oddly enough, wrote and published more books than anyone ever. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's the #1 person who published something like 250 books and stories that he's published and written, all science fiction shit. And yeah, he randomly started a religion based around people having certain personality traits based off of genetic markers, which qualify them for being higher up in the church. And eventually, when the world ends, we'll be taken away in a spaceship to go see some flying spaghetti monster on Paradise Planet. I'm not joking. Look it up.
Scientology.
I'm not fucking joking. Look it up. It's that's Scientology in a nutshell.
Tom Cruise, John Travolta.
Jesus fucking Christ.
John Travolta pre-op or post-op?
So, fun quick fact.
Another one was the Simpsons. The Simpsons creator.
Wow, really?
Not creator. Sorry,
Matt Groening or Matt?
The one that voiced Bart. The chick
there. Nancy Cartwright.
Isaac Hayes from South Park, and that's why he left the show.
Shit,
Jeff. So when I lived in Vancouver, I was randomly walking down the street, exploring downtown, and I came across a Church of Scientology, and there's people standing outside, and they're like, "Would you like a free personality test?" And I'm like, "No,
man.
No.
I would have jumped all over that. I was like, fuck yeah. Tell me about me, yo."
Well, I was pretty stoned at the time, so I'm like, I think I'm too.
Tell me about me, bro. That would have been fun as fuck, dude.
Meanwhile, you check all the boxes of being a serial killer, just unknowingly.
Look, there may or may not be reasons why I don't live in Vancouver anymore. We'll edit. Okay, we'll edit that part out.
Oh shit! No, we're keeping it. We're keeping it. Moving right along, folks. It is time for what is becoming one of my favorite segments of the fucking show. I love this goddamn segment. I learned so fucking much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the matter of fact moment with Matt Johnson.
It's the matter of fact moment with LOL's own Matt Johnson.
It is a matter of fact that you, as a person, can absolutely do anything you put your mind to. And you should never let any barriers stop you from achieving your goals and dreams. For example, Alex Holland, the guy who free climbed the side of Taipei 101 out of total free will and no fear, no nothing. And he didn't let any of that stop him from accomplishing his dream. Or for people like Dayton Weber, a quadruple amputee who is also a cornhole champion, world champion in cornhole, the sandbag game. Despite all odds, still managed to get arrested for allegedly shooting his friend and passenger. Yep, The quadruple amputee, while driving, got in an argument with his friend on March 22nd and allegedly shot and killed him. Dude has no arms and legs and can basically do drive-bys. And I can't even fucking hit the broadside of a barn. So I don't know. Like I said, you can accomplish anything you really want. He had 2 other passengers, and while they were horrified and they tried to run, he tried to force them to help him dump the body, which he ended up dumping the body himself in a field. Now, I do have to add that he was driving a Tesla, so that's probably why he was able to drive. I do think that the self-driving feature is great for people with, disabilities and mobile issues. I just think Tesla, that situation is not great for people who call shotgun. No pun intended. But, Dayton made a name for himself, becoming a cornhole champion from the league. And despite losing his limbs to bacteria when he was a child, he managed to still murder his friend while driving a car, pulling the trigger, loading the gun. He did that. Quadruple amputee. He still did that, allegedly. So what you got to remember in life is that your odds of being shot in an electric self-driving car drive-by by a quadruple amputee cornhole champion may not be that high, but they will never be 0. And that's a matter of fact.
Matt, I need some information.
I just gave you.
All right, so I'll just bring up the comments that came through. So Papa D's like, dude, like, what the fuck? I need more details. How the hell does somebody with no arms, no legs pull off a drive-by? Then he said, okay, that made more sense. The car was driving itself, and probably the AI on board did the shooting.
Yeah,
no, the AI did not do the shooting, yo.
No,
I just gotta bring up this picture.
So here is a picture of Dayton Weber holding a gun, loading it, because he also posts videos of him shooting guns on YouTube. So he still has some nub left on his arms, but there he is, holding a Glock, pulling the trigger,
But like, how? Like, what's he got in the end? Like a little fucking little grab
like a little.
I think
like
there's
a little,
enough
like a
of
little
the nub
thing
that he can manage to pull the trigger with the little nub, wedge it in there and pull the trigger.
Dude, I have to watch the video because it'd be like he's holding it like this. He had to load the chamber. He's got to use his mouth to pull from the
bro. Yeah, man. Go watch the video after this podcast. Go watch the video, bro. There's videos of this guy climbing ladders with fucking 50-pound book bags on his back and shit.
Yeah.
I thought he lost his right to bear arms.
Apparently, he did not. Cornhole champion,
That one gets me though. That one gets me.
Can we
the
all
cornhole
stop
champion,
calling
man?
Sandbag game cornhole, please? Can we fucking stop calling it cornhole? That's
He
the
shoots
dumbest
from the
name for a
elbow.
fucking game ever. Just call it sandbags. Sandbags is a
Yeah.
simple enough name for what the game is. You don't have to fucking call it cornhole.
I agree.
Who wants to say they're going sandbagging though?
Well, in that case, we'll switch it to glory hole then. Fuck it.
Clip it.
I love these comments though. Papa D's so he shoots from the elbow.
He definitely shoots from the elbow.
Yeah.
Called the nub stub. And then
Dude,
Bruce
is there
Benner
video-
taught me
is there-
I could do anything I wanted.
Is there video of him playing cornhole? Because that's what I want to see, man. How's he throwing it? Is he fucking?
I want to see a shooting contest between him and Steve.
Rubbernecking that thing?
Apparently he's a good shot,
Oh, in the video, you can hear the target ta-ting, ta-ting, ta-ting.
That's amazing.
He's killing it, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Papa D
I
is
wanna see
the
him-
only
I wanna
reason
see
he's
him-
the champ at cornhole is because
I wanna
he
see
probably
him play
doesn't
cornhole.
drink. Anybody who plays those games are drunk as fuck.
Yo, is there cornhole in the Special Olympics?
I don't know.
Good question.
So maybe.
Probably not. This guy would be fucking
If
taking
there's
gold every
cornhole in
year.
the Special Olympics and it's actually called cornhole, then
That's wild, though. That's fucking wild. Oh,
it's
man.
like, yeah, if you're on the wrong website and you type cornhole champion, you're getting different results. Like,
So yes, cornhole is an official growing sport in the Special Olympics, particularly within North America.
huh?
Oh, well, shit, dude. This guy just blew his chance at being a fucking gold medalist.
Yeah, he blew it out his cornhole.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Moving right
pickleball
along,
is on
guys.
its
We're
way
gonna
up
get
too.
into our next segment.
Another thought I had though is how the fuck do you handcuff him?
You
Like,
should put a leash.
Yeah, you gotta put like a harness on him, like a dog harness.
Pick him up
grab
like a
him by the
duffel
belt and
bag.
carry him like a
But the one
suitcase.
thing is, you don't have to worry about them running away.
Keep
Well,
rolling,
Def-
rolling, rolling,
You
rolling.
definitely can't be on house arrest either. You got no ankle
I also
monitor.
thought I would never have to worry about being shot by a quadruple amputee cornhole champion, but apparently I stand corrected. Allegedly.
Agreed.
He doesn't actually drink because he can't actually open the drinks.
I mean, he might be able to open the drinks. If he could pull the fucking trigger of a gun, I think he might be able to
Yeah.
open a drink.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
That's true.
definitely agree with that. Man, okay. One more thing. Did I hear you say that he ended up disposing of the body though? Because his friends
So he
wouldn't
dumped
help
the
him.
body. Yeah, his friends wouldn't help him dispose of the body. He was driving with 3 people. Well, I mean, technically the car was driving.
Yo, was it like a Too Fast, Too Furious? Like, ejecto cito, cuz?
How the fuck did he dispose of the body then?
It would be more like One Fast, One Furious because he has no arms and legs.
No
But,
fast,
yeah,
all
apparently,
furious.
he kicked them out of the car and left them stranded and then just dumped the body in a field.
Well, he didn't kick him out of the car.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how he managed to drag the body out of the car. I don't know how he managed to, still to this day, I don't know how he manages to, pull the fucking trigger of a gun. But like I said, you could do anything you put your mind to, apparently.
That motherfucker just rolls everywhere too.
Valid.
Like you know it. Like that's
Valid.
insane.
Yeah. I would absolutely be terrified if I was in any sort of combat situation and all of a sudden there is a person with, basically a potato with a fucking gun running at me. I'm
No, bro, a
done.
potato, a fucking Twinkie, bro, with a gun in its mouth, just rolling downhill at you, bro. They just roll them down the hill after you. You're like, what the fuck is that?
Can you imagine getting mugged by that?
You guys remember Monty Python? The fucking
Yeah.
Black Knight comes out.
Yeah.
He ends up like that guy. Okay, like how intimidating was he at the end when he had no
no,
arms,
you
no
don't
legs?
Yeah.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah. You thought
That's
some
great,
short
man.
guys have an Napoleon
love
complex.
it.
We're gonna roll right into our next segment, guys, which is episode 3 of the LOL show.
It's the LOL show.
And this has been Capital Carnage. I'm Don Keating. Cut! Great show! Now where's the hookers I ordered? Cut! Dude, I've told you about spending the budget on hookers! Chill the fuck out, nipplehead. You know I have the best taste.
What the hell?
Now just relax. And let Don Keating pay for your first round, my guy.
Oh, come on, big boy. Don't you want to know why they call me Milky Margaret? I'll even pay you.
Thanks, Margaret. You've always been so good to me. I appreciate you taking care of my homie.
Don, what have you got me into? Did somebody say Milky?
Apu Smear may be lactose intolerant, but at this time it won't be me not shitting properly.
Jesus fucking Christ, what the hell is even that?
Run, Margaret! Run for your life!
He has the stamina of a camel!
Whoa! Here I am coming!
It's the LOL Show!
So, speaking of Milky
Oh
Mary,
my god, I'm dying.
speaking of Milky Mary, do you guys know what old lady and a grilled cheese sandwich have in common? I'm not going to.
Oh shit, that was so good. That was such a good one. That was a good one.
That was a great episode. That was
Some comments there.
I love how Don P-Dick has just all old lady prostitutes.
Those fucking cougar prostitutes, you know.
Oh, that's so good.
Steve looks a little depressed that his character didn't get to find out all about Milky Margaret.
Is Margaret
Hey, you didn't see Steve take the money. You didn't see Steve take the money.
No, that was off camera.
She's only milky because it's from a bottle of Ensure.
Man, it's
That
the
way
Apoo
she ensures
smear,
you have a
like,
good time.
add-ons too. The Apoo smear just running. Just makes
It's
me
like the last stage of menopause. Fuck.
Oh, it's so good.
That is too much. That is too much, man. No, what a great episode. Tune in next week for episode 4.
Oh.
All right, guys, we're gonna move right along. We're gonna get into another one of my favorite segments. I've got, man, I love every segment, but there's a couple that I just get super excited for, and this is one of them, ladies and gentlemen. It is the High Conspiracy with your High Conspiracy guy, Patty Cakes Pat Cardinal.
Hey, give it up for your high conspiracy guy, Patty Cakes, Pat Cardinal!
All right, boys. I've been thinking about this one a little bit recently, and I need your boys' opinion on it. This week's conspiracy theory is about what I like to call generational wealth, or as I like to call it, the family DLC paywall. So here's my theory, guys. So generational wealth isn't actually what we think it is. It's not actually about money being passed down. What it is, it's like a members only club. And some people's parents are acting like bouncers who would never let their kids inside. So if you think about it, right, they always tell you to work hard, build something, be successful. But the second you start to get a little momentum, suddenly it's like, well, you should play it safe. Why are you wasting your time on that? Maybe don't do that, especially if you're smoking some weed. Meanwhile, there are rich families out there treating life like a relay race, passing the baton, coaching the next runner, setting them up with a nice head start in life. Then there's the other version. Parents treating success like it's a limited time offer. Like, if I struggled, you got to struggle too. Builds character. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. So generational wealth is real, but some people just installed the hard mode only update on their own kids. And the wildest part is it's never even been about the weed. Because let's be honest, there are millionaires out here doing way worse than just smoking a joint. They just call it networking or stress management. So yeah, maybe the real inheritance isn't money. It's trauma with a side of figure it the fuck out. What do you guys think? Is it a real thing? Or am I just exposing my family group chat right now?
Bro, you have a family group chat and I'm not in it? What the hell, bro?
Yeah, that's the other mother, bro. That's the other mother.
Fuck.
I'll add you to it, though. I'll add you to it. You're gonna remove yourself. You're gonna see it's pretty fucked up.
No, man. I just miss talking to your mom. I don't get to see her. I don't get to see your mom as much anymore these days, man.
That's true, It's true.
Yeah. She's gonna have to come out to the Weed show.
I have a feeling Steve was gonna disagree with this one, just because I feel like Steve is.
No, but it brings me back to an old saying. It was hard work makes the better man than privilege ever has. So, I mean,
yeah, that's wise words, Steve. That's that's facts, man. I agree with that.
Don't get me wrong, man. It's great. I love being able to say I built what I built.
And
with
generational wealth, it doesn't even necessarily have to mean money. It could just be, knowledge and wisdom passed on.
The ability to handle a problem is what I look at it, right?
It's true. I'd like to say that's what my father gave me. I'd like to say that's what my father and my mother gave me, because they sure didn't give me a whole bunch of fucking money.
Yeah, if we're talking about the generational wealth, like families leaving billions, like as the line goes down, look, I love my parents to death and I'm happy with everything they've done and I appreciate everything they've done for me. But also, that being said, I'm jealous because they didn't leave me buttloads of fucking money, So fuck generational
I'm sure
wealth.
you boys can relate though. I'm not saying by any means that my parents not give me anything when I was growing up, right? But when you got a last name, kind of like myself, like Cardinal around this town, most people hear that last name and they're like, oh, is your mom the judge? Like, automatically assuming, or like, do you own part of that meat store? Like, they associate it with a lot of money. And then I'm like, no, I'm actually the part of the family that just kind of lived paycheck to paycheck for their whole lives and never actually.
I think you should just start leaning into it and being like, yes, I am the judge's son.
Listen, I gotta say too, my parents did a lot for me growing up too, and like I'm not harping on that at all either. But a wise man once also said this to me growing up, okay, that it costs roughly $100,000 to raise a kid from birth to about 18 years old when you can kick them out. And maybe even more than that now. That was like back then. You know what I mean? So, but I was also told this. Is that a gift or a loan? You know what I mean? So technically, they don't really owe us anything in the end.
Depends how you funded it.
I mean, you can always subsidize it with child labor.
Yeah. Dude, man. Yeah. That is true. That is true.
Look, think about
I feel
it
like
this
my parents
way.
got a little bit of that when I was younger, being like 16, just getting my license. Like, Pat, we're drunk. Can you come pick us up?
Think about it. Less than 100 years ago, kids were working in mines. And now fast forward 100 years, and Minecraft is one of the most popular movies and video games. It tells you the kids yearn for the mine,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Generational
conspiracy, Pat.
Generational program.
Yeah, maybe that's why kids love Minecraft, because they want to go back into the mines. Back
that is a good high conspiracy. I like that. Man,
I like that.
Man. Well, I'm not gonna lie, guys. The phones are lighting up. We've got two callers. We're gonna go to whichever one caller number 2 is. I don't know who caller number 1 is, but we'll see what it is. I'm hoping it is our buddy Apu with our motivational moment of the evening.
It's time for the motivational moment with none other than Apu Smear.
Oh, hey guys. Apu Smear here today with your motivational speakings of the day. Guys, Apu must admitting, I am doing the fuck up. Apu is maybe smoking a bit too much of the weed tonight before calling into the show. But nonetheless, guys, I am feeling very namaste. We are going to do the meditate. We are going to do the contemplate. Guys, sometimes when you are getting too high by smoking the weed, you're getting the thoughts in your head that sometimes making you thinking crazy things. Guys, your thoughts that are be doing the dance, the crazy dance in your head. And you're coming up with absurd thoughts that some people might thinking are crazy, but then you're thinking that no, that is very concerning thought to me. Example, guys. Apu tonight was very, very high, and I'm getting the pasties. So Apu getting up and going to the refrigerator, And I'm seeing the milk in the fridge, and I'm saying, no, I'm not drinking the milk because I'm liking the cows. I'm loving the cows. I don't want to eating or drinking the milk of the cow. Guys, but this is where Apu coming up with weird dancing thought in my head. Who was the very first guy that is deciding I'm wanting to drinking that guy's breast milk? That cow right there in the field. Guys, human beings, the humans, we are species that is growing up, we are needing to drinking the milk from our mothers until we can not needing the milk and we can be eating the food. Then we don't drinking the milk from our mothers anymore. Guys, this does not mean that we can be going out and just drinking the milk from other things, guys, but making us think that we can do this. Guys, first guy, I'm wondering if maybe he enjoying the company of boys because maybe not a straight guy thinking I'm going to putting my mouth on something that looking like an appendage on that big animal over there and doing the suck and seeing what happens. Guys, I'm very, very concerned, and I'm not recommending anyone drink milk anymore because Apu having epiphany about the milk and why the fuck. Guys, this is like imagine being rat, okay? You're just a little rat roaming the streets and shit. You're having a hot day. You're seeing a sleeping dog. He's lying there, and he's got a nipple exposed. And rat thinking, you know what? I'm thirsty. I'm going to walking over to this species that's not my own, much bigger than me, can probably hurting me if it want to, and I'm going to doing the suck on its nipples. Guys, no fucking way that is happening. We only people that are doing this. Guys, Apu now needing to go take a nap because I am very, very high. I'm hoping that this has been somewhat educational to you because this was not at all motivating. If anything, you're having questions now. I'm hoping that this was enlightening at least. This has been Apu Smear, guys. Extremely high tonight with your non-motivational speakings of the evening. Apu out.
Thanking you, everyone, for tuning in to my motivational message for you. Apu out.
You know what? For once, I'm actually going to disagree with the Pooh Smear. Milk is fucking awesome, and I don't care what anyone says.
Right. I was just about to say, man, he's not wrong, actually. Like, I don't know if it's because maybe I'm a little bit high, but like, dude, he's not wrong. Like, who's the first guy that was just like, I'm going to yank on those long titties? And
so, Matt, hold on. Wait, I got a question for you since you're on the, you love milk, correct?
The answer is yes. Absolutely. I would turn breast milk into cheese. Wait, what?
No, but would you, because you enjoy milk so much, would you drink it the way it's designed, straight from the source?
Fuck yes.
Like, it just, because you know it's good, you would literally just keep a cow in the fridge if you could. And you would walk over and be like, oh, I'm fucking thirsty. And grab a hold of that appendage, as Apu said, and
all right,
you gotta visualize it too, though. You gotta visualize it too.
That's what I'm trying to put in here.
That looked at
I don't know
in their
why,
backyard and was like.
Now, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I have 2 points to make, but before I make those 2 points, I'm just gonna say, if you guys see a teat hanging down on a cow or an animal, and your first thoughts are, I have to suck on it instead of just like pulling on it or tugging it or touching it in general. That says
I'm sure he had to tug on it to make sure that it was squirting, right? He tugged on it.
If you touch
but it doesn't happen right away, right? It's like the fourth or fifth tug, then
I don't know. But you also, 2 points. One thing quickly, you got to think. Back in the day, people were probably like, milk comes out of breasts, and I think I've seen some milk come out of there. I wonder. And then the other thing I'm going to make quickly, another point, is back in the day when they discovered dairy and stuff like that, you got to think they had nothing else to fucking do all day. So at some point, they're probably just sitting back, just like, I wonder.
Or okay, great theories. There's also this theory. Okay, milk could be a product of bestiality. Some dude that just likes to, fuck around with animals, sees a cow and he goes, look at how many dicks that thing's got. I can't wait to go stroke them all. And turns out he really liked the product and marketed that shit out there.
I think
Papa D's comment is great. Maybe the dude had one of those wives that would just, never undress in front of them. So he looked behind him and he was like, man, that cow.
That cow. Imagine all the animals he got wrong.
Well, Well, I mean, most animals do have some form of milk, so I mean, technically, they're all right in a way.
Physical whiskey tasting.
You probably sifted through them, and you're like, okay, this one at least tastes the best.
Okay, but let's just get right back to the point of the matter here. Okay, so I want evidence. Like, are we not the only species that like willingly drinks another species' milk though? Like, you know, like, yeah, sometimes we like rescue animals and we got to feed them like a formula or like a different animal. Like sometimes we give.
I was gonna say, don't dogs and cats
milk and shit, but like, bro, like, do fucking, I don't know. I don't know. Like, do other animals just go up to other fucking animals' tits and just suckle? You know what I mean? Or are we the only species that does that? Are we the only species that found another species and was just like, yo, like we're gonna drink your milk?
Yeah, you're right. From another species.
Matt, are you Googling it right now? You are.
I just found out the name of a fucking bird is called an oxpecker for one. Anyways, yes, while rare, some animals do drink the milk of other species, particularly if they have access to it in instances of cross nursing, including piglets, cats, dogs, feeding from other species, birds like seagulls and oxpeckers. That's a cool fucking bird. Yeah, so apparently other animals, like it's not common like humans, like it's not a part of like most of a lot of culture in humans,
Like,
but
it's probably not like part of their daily routines, you know?
yeah, other animals will be like, I know milk comes out of these things, fuck it.
And they probably only do it until they're old enough to actually eat other things. You know what I mean?
so
Whereas
see,
guys, like,
it's
we're
natural.
fucking grown ass adults. Like, give me that milk.
Fucking natural.
Papa D's comment was like, "I'd love to see the little bugger who tried to go and get that goat milk."
Yeah.
I'd hate to be the unfortunate person who figured out that there's a difference between males and females, and it's only the females that give milk.
I'm on the other side of it. I feel bad for the fucking goat.
Why is this milk salty?
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna move on.
Man, this stuff is cream. This stuff is cream.
We're gonna move on, ladies and gentlemen, to our next segment of the evening, which is none other than the Riff Shift.
Good evening, dears. I'm Manchi Makuta, and you're watching LOL News. Now it's time for the Riff Shift, the bit where we take your clever ideas and have a little play with them. Send them in, we'll do the rest.
Munchin Makuta, more like Munchin Magoches.
Oh, man. I was like, okay, what's over? It's gone. Yeah.
Okay, last one.
we gotta enjoy these moments because our topic of tonight that was brought by Linda was C9. Yeah, Bill C9. Almost did it again there.
Gotta talk about C9.
Bill C9. So
well,
you know.
Listen,
ahead,
they're gonna start fucking policing the things that we say, guys. So support the shit out of the channel, okay? Because like, chances are each and every one of us might have a police officer at our door saying, "You said this hateful comment online, and you could be charged, or even lose your internet access, or even potentially serve jail time." You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's nuts that we're living in times like this where we're not allowed to openly speak. There's a difference between, you know, joking and saying certain things and you know, living by them and acting upon them. You know, that's my opinion.
Absolutely.
You know?
Canadians lost their freedom as soon as they came out with seatbelt laws.
And we gave up smoking in bars and shit. That was the start of it all.
Think about that. Even like, you know,
Drunk driving laws too.
they give you a ticket for a seatbelt. I get it. It's fucking the healthcare thing. But at the same time, though, it's like you're the master of your own ship. You know what I mean? If you're dumb enough to ride without your fucking seatbelt, it should be your choice.
Yeah.
Why would you police that?
The thing is that like I find a lot of stuff too is like for entertainment purposes, right? Like you'll hear us joke about it, but I mean at the end of the day, like I don't think any of us have any ill intent towards any group that we make a joke about. It's simply a to try to get a laugh, And I mean, at the end of the day, I hate that comedy has become so like you have to watch
regulated.
You have to be careful of this and careful of that. Don't upset this type of people. Don't upset that type of people. Like you got too many rules and regulations now. Like we're just trying to have fun and get people to laugh, man. You're just trying to, like you said, as long as nothing's
it's not even just that. It's not even just that, but like, man, people now have to worry about, the things that they say in comment sections on, like, you know what I mean? Like things that they post, you know what I mean? Like anything, and there's a billion Karens in the world. Okay. All it takes is one person, to say that you've made a radical comment or a radical post. And next thing you know, you could very well have a police officer show up at your door. However, we have come up with something to that you should have handy if a police officer ever does come to your door. Hit us up in the DMs and we'll send it to you. It's a nice little document that you can hand any officer that comes to your door if they try to talk to you and infringe you on your free speech. So definitely, we're prepared. We're prepared.
I'm gonna have to fact check this. Okay, he said maybe not in Canada actually, but apparently an African won his case, and comedy is a form of protected speech. So
yeah, he's talking about Afro Man.
I can tell you,
he's talking about Afro Man.
Yeah, he's talking about Afro Man.
Yeah, actually, that's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
But see, here's my opinion, okay? The only time comedy gets in shit is because of the fucking online bullshit. Anybody that comes to a show, and guys, you can validate this too. Most of the people that come to a comedy show already go there with the mindset that this isn't actually what you think. You're a performer. You are hitting the masses in obscure conversations that wouldn't normally happen. Otherwise, why would you go to a comedy show, right? You just talk to your funny guy at work. But in a room of 100 people, okay, you might have one that was brought there by a friend that had no business being there anyway, and those are the ones offended. But now with online thing, you're sending this comedy to all these people that don't have the right mental state to absorb the comedy. They take it as it's your actual personal view. And that's where a lot of comedians get into shit.
100%.
People can't
100%.
separate the fact that it's not their opinions that they're giving when they're up on a stage.
Right.
It's just a satirical, critique of life or situation or story or anything. It's not reality. It's just dumb shit we think of. It's not our actual opinions.
No, I agree.
I mean, and at the end of the day, policing what people can say and what they can't say,
and honestly, even if it was your own opinions, it is still your right to have those opinions.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, unless you're actually trying to incite violence upon people or say things like I actually hate this person and such, then you know whatever, it's just words.
Well, because of the Bill C-9, now Elon Musk is making it's like a COVID mask, and it's a verbal filter, so you speak whatever you would like, and then the government approved speech will be delivered on the other end. It'll be available soon. I'm thinking within the next couple of years.
But I'll just finish quickly with make Orwell fiction again, please.
Yeah,
make Orwell fiction again.
Yeah, I like that, Matt. I like that for sure. No, man, it's we're living in some scary times, but we need to just say fuck that. We're gonna keep saying what we want to say, and we're gonna have fun with it, man. Like it is our given right. You know what I mean?
Big shout out to Linda. This is a great topic.
Yeah,
hey, Papa D says, at the end of the day, I think we should always wish that a piano falls on Mark Carney's head and crushes that spineless fucking bastard. And I couldn't have read that anymore with
you nailed his cadence for sure in that one. Dude, and that's the kind of speech that is going to get a police officer at his door. But I know
then we had Total Deadpool just kind of commented.
But you know what I mean? Like,
really nice.
I just did my first podcast
sure
today
to
with
check
some
out
guys.
that pod.
Will
for
be
sure.
uploaded on YouTube within the next few days. Yeah, definitely post it up, send it to us, and we'll share the fuck out of that. Cornwall Deadpool, if you ever want to jump on the podcast, man, we're thinking of doing something pretty big for next week's episode. So get in our DM.
Hell yeah.
And he validates that Mark Carney is a piece of shit.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Screw Bill C9, guys.
All for entertainment purposes only,
I'll just
guys.
say quickly, you should have the right to speak your mind and say your opinion and have your own thoughts and everything. And at the end of the day, you should have that right. You also don't have the right to be a dick about it, but you should have that right to speak your mind. Just don't be a dick about it. And then might
100%.
solve most of the issues.
Rock on. Rock on. Love it, Matt. Great way to end the segment, man. Words of wisdom from the LOL team here, guys. Hell yeah. Moving on, guys, we're going to go to our last segment of the evening. It is time for the blue collar tip of the day with none other than Stephen Blackhands McDonald.
Tip your hats. It's time for the blue collar tip of the day with none other than Stephen Blackhands McDonald.
Hey guys, Steve Blackhands McDonald here, and it's time for your blue collar tip of the day. And you guessed it, you're getting a blue collar rant instead. You ever figure whenever you were younger, you're like, oh, I just need to make this amount of money, and now finally you're at that cusp. You've reached that point in your life, but now you're the brokest you've ever been, and you're making the most you ever have. Something's fucking wrong. Something is wrong. I'm driving a 2003 GMC. Do you know what it would cost for me to get a new one? A mortgage payment, which I already have one of those. I can't have two of them. So here's the deal. I think I'm going to start a nudist colony. So far, it's just me. As awkward as it sounds. But it could be a good thing. Save money on clothes. Not that I buy that very often either. I'm looking for suggestions. Guys. So if you go ahead and put it in the comments of how we can really save a buck and lose our clothes, let me know.
Absolutely.
I'm in.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, we're at two. We're at two now.
Dude, it's so true though about making the most money you ever have and being broker than you've ever been. Like that statement rings so loud and true.
It reminds me of I heard someone say before, they're like, why are like vampires always like super rich and stuff like that? And then someone's like, well, you got to think about it. If you've lived for like 300 years and you're still broke, just like fucking step into the sun and end it. Like,
that's so true.
Facts. No, it's true though.
I know bald people get to save money on shampoo.
Hey,
lucky fuck.
What are you trying to say? Are you
really though? I feel like they just spend more on body wash.
Yeah, dude, I get the body and head. You know what I mean? And I go from beard to fucking neck.
It just takes longer and longer to wash your face.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just washing my face. Steve's worse than me, though.
Yeah,
I think Steve's worse than me.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong. It happens. Shut out, bald people. We love you.
Matt, you're getting there. You're thinning out.
The fuck I am.
Oh man, guys.
Wow, insult for the night. The fuck I am.
It's just stress and poverty, you know.
Stress and poverty. Yeah. Oh man,
you're back to work tomorrow, man. Don't worry.
We're gonna wrap this up, guys. Don't forget about the bike raffle, guys. We're gonna talk about the bike raffle, man. Summer's almost here. Numbers are slowly moving, guys. Let's rev those numbers up, no pun intended, and get this bike sold. Okay, guys. We gotta 200 squares, $50 a square. As soon as the board is full, we're gonna spin it, and you can walk away with a bike. And if you don't walk away with a bike, Pat, what are the second prize winners get?
The second place prize is a $250 Yut Yuts gift card. So you can use that. Go enjoy a night of wonderful comedy at Yut Yuts in Ottawa. They are located right under Biagio's Italian Kitchen. Holy fuck, I cannot talk. And yeah, it's a great time. And $250, you'll get a nice meal, a great show, and something to console you for not winning that epic motorcycle.
Little bit of a side note there too. I was talking to Bowtie Ken, and I think what we're going to do is that we'll end up bringing the bike to the weed show, so it'll be there for everybody to see.
On site. Bike will be on site at the weed show, guys. The 420 show. Come check it out. Come check it out. See it in person. You know what I mean? Take a look. This is a beautiful machine, guys. And the proceeds are going to a great cause in Champ Seaside Boxing Club, man. So come on, guys. Buy a square. Help support the cause. That being said, we're going to get into our final thoughts, guys. Our final thoughts. Steve, we're going to start with you. Final thoughts of the evening, my friend.
It's just the way the fucking Don Kedick segment ended. Justin Trudeau's got to go and scissor his girlfriend. I think that's how we should close it.
You like that, eh? That was a great interview. It was good. It was very good. Pat, final thoughts.
So Apu did not smoke any of my weed. I don't know why he was so high during his segment. But random fact to end the night, your brain's short-term memory basically hits airplane mode when you're too high. So if you're doing something important, don't smoke the joint before doing it. You know, moral of the story, maybe don't get absolutely zooted before a job interview, a first date, or a court appearance. Or at least write yourself a note, like, act normal.
Nice, good call. I like that. Fuck yeah. Matt Johnson, final thoughts of the evening.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually just going to go off of what Pat just said. For instance, maybe you should, like, when you go to get your license picture taken, go super baked out of your mind or super drunk. So that way, when you look in the picture, you look really baked. And if you ever get pulled over and you're really baked and they look at your picture, they'll just be like, oh, it's just how this dude looks, you know?
Classic.
Yeah.
That used to be the rule of thumb for stoners when they go for a job interview. You got to go stoned. That way it's your normal.
Yeah.
Life hack, you know?
Talk about revealing secrets, but what
didn't work for you though, did it, Steve? When we worked that time together.
Fortunately, I'm not in a career where that's possible during the day.
That's
However, as soon as the day is over,
more of a drinker.
Yeah,
he's more of a drinker, so he tried to apply it towards drinking, and he just threw it up super sloshed. And it was like, ooh, yeah, you're hired as a mechanic.
You fucking fill the shoes, bud. You fill the shoes. Guys, and my final thought of the evening is if that you work for somebody that makes fish for lunch in a shared microwave, you should punch that person in the fucking face. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been our show. Good evening.
Hurry up and buy a square to win this damn bike.